We spoke previously about the concept of Hashem wanting the Jewish people to be small. That Torah tells us, not because of your numbers do I love the Jewish people, but rather because you're the smallest of the nations, but it's because of your connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that Hashem loves us. And I received a phone call from um, someone in Canada, a listener who thinks about what I said. I'm very grateful for that. And she asked me the following question. It sounds like, Rabbi Travis, what you're saying, that Hashem um, periodically kills out Jews in order to keep us small in number. This almost sounds like something, I don't remember the exact word, I can use the word genocide, but it almost sounds like something population control, which they're doing in China. And Chas v'shalom, Rachmana litzlan, and that's not what I meant at all, and she understood that I didn't mean that. But what I meant really is as follows. We know that Hashem has tremendous, infinite rachamim. Hashem's mercy is infinite. And in fact, my Rebbe, Rav Shlomo Brevda, taught me very, very powerful way by writing me a special tefillah that the essence of tefillah is rachamim. We shouldn't think for one moment ever that we deserve anything. And in fact, the Vilna Gaon says if we daven based on what we deserve, we're in a very dangerous position. We deserve nothing at all. Zero. That's how much we deserve. And if we ask Hashem for what we deserve, splat. That's what we deserve. As Rav Yaakov Hill told me, said, we don't think too much about Mina Keneged Mina today, because if Hashem would give us Mina Keneged Mida, what we deserve, we would be run over by a steamroller. Every millimeter of our body would be crushed. So we don't really think too much about Mina Keneged Mida. The Midas Adin is very strong, as is the Midas Rachman. And that's why our brother taught me in the tefillah that he wrote for me, and many, many shmuzim, that the essence of tefillah is Rachman. The essence of tefillah is asking Hashem to use His infinite mercy to help us. And this being said, periodically in Jewish history, unfortunately, many, many times, we have come to a situation, what's called Nismala Soa, that the level of transgressions reached a peak where the Midas Adin just had to kick in. Because the element, the attribute of mercy, only goes for so many generations. Eventually it kicks in and we're punished. So it's kind of built into the system that we're going to be a small nation. Because there are only so many generations that Hashem will hold out with His attribute of mercy. And when the attribute of mercy, as it were, reaches its peak, so then we receive punishment. And when Hashem punishes, He doesn't distinguish between Midas Hadin, between Tzaddikim and between Rishonim. As the Gemara in Shabbos says that the Malach HaMavis came to Hashem when it was time to destroy Yerushalayim and made a letter on the heads of the Rishonim. And Hashem said, but make a letter on the heads of the Tzaddikim to save them. And the Malach HaMavis said, but they could have given reproof to the Rishonim, and they didn't. Hashem said, well, it wouldn't have helped. So the Malach HaMavis said they didn't know that, and they were punished. So it's only so long, the midah of rachamim, the attribute of mercy, can only last for so long before it kicks in. And therefore, perforce, the Jewish people are going to remain small, because the amount of time that the Averas can last, and until the Nismala Soa, is only a certain amount of time. Right? And in every few generations, it's going to be Nismala Soa, and we're going to be punished. In fact, this is the point I brought out in my Haggadah Shel Pesach, is that we have the reason the number four is stressed so much in the Agada is because there's a four-step cycle of Gullus, um, Gullus, Onish, Gula, and Tefillah. That we go into Gullus, and in Gullus we're supposed to um, act with kedusha to pick up the nitzotzos of kedusha that are in each country. But what happens is we get pulled after the goyim. Many people assimilate, and eventually we're punished for that. We have to dive into Hashem, and then the Gula comes, and we're taken out. But this process repeats itself over and over and over and over again throughout every single generation. And um, when we're punished, so we inevitably get smaller in number. And this is what it's actually it was my son's idea, but I'm just developing it. This is the idea behind the Holocaust, the pogroms, the Inquisitions, the Chorban. Um, Again, it's not saying that Hashem indiscriminately kills. There's always a reason for it. But the way that the Jewish people were set up as of such is that we're going to be in a situation where we're going to stay small in number. Because it's not possible for the Jewish nation to get larger numbers because so much is expected of us and because so much is demanded of us, as we might say. So, therefore, as we go through history and as we get closer and closer to the Gula, we have to understand and appreciate this process and hope, try our best to try our best to arouse the Midah of mercy to our greatest extent and to stay on the side of mercy. But to know that if we act improperly, that Hashem will punish us. And therefore we can't ask about the Holocaust, and we can't ask about the Inquisition or the pogroms or the Crusades or the Chorban, because Hashem was just, Midas Hadin was just kicking in. What we can do is recognize the reason that we're a small nation is to keep us humble and to keep us close to Hashem and to be an Am Segula, to be a small nation of devout and close to Hashem, and try our best to preserve the sanctity and the specialness of that relationship, right? And and to do our best in every situation that we can in order to show our love for Hashem and our connection to Him. So once again, I thank my son for revealing this pearl of wisdom to me, and I thank Hashem for helping me to understand this Torah and helping me understand a little bit the way He runs the world. And I thank everyone for listening to the shiurim, especially those who comment afterwards. I really welcome any comments all the time because I'm always looking to grow and to get closer to the truth and to teach the Torah that I was taught by my Rebbeim, Gedolei Hador, to others. Please be in contact with me if you have any comments or questions at dytravis613 at gmail.com. And I welcome any feedback all the time. Amen.